Hey, what's up? It's Tati back with another review of AEW Rampage. Now, I attempted to watch it the first time. My ass was knocked out in about 5 minutes. I went through 107-degree weather and my body was just knocked out. I couldn't even move. So I tried again with Rampage and it wasn't bad. And guess what? No squash matches tonight. I'm actually surprised about that. Now, we did start off with Jay Lethal versus Penta. The winner of this match will advance onto the tournament to determine who will face MJF for the Triple B at Dynamite Grand Slam, which is on September 20th. See, I remember this time. Now, we do have Jay Lethal and friends that come out, they're ringside, so you already know that they're going to be interfering in this match and getting all up in it. And that's exactly what ends up happening here. Now, personally, I remember when Jay Lethal had first debut in AEW, I was so excited. I was like, this is going to be a game changer. And it wasn't. And unfortunately, Jay Lethal is stuck with Jeff Jarrett and them. And it's just like, what is becoming of this guy's career? You're just having fun and getting a paycheck. I want to see some great matches from you. Now, we have seen some great things, but I haven't truly been wowed since Jay Lethal been in AEW. Either way, I wasn't expecting for him to advance. I was pretty much thinking, you know what, it's going to be Penta, but why does that even matter when we already know Samoa Joe's going to win this whole thing anyway? Now, throughout this match, we do have Jeff and them getting involved here, and they're loosening up Penta's mask. And then at some point, after the referee ends up kicking all their asses to the back, Penta's mask does come off. And you don't see his face, but you like kind of see the top of his head or whatever. He immediately covers his face, and the referee is helping him get it back on. And Jay is just standing off on the side. He wants to take the win. However, we do have Penta winning this match, and he will be advancing. I don't even know how these two even got on the tournament. I don't know, but either way, this was a really good way to start off the show. However, I know the match could have been way better had we had no interference at all. I don't feel like Jay Lethal's being used to his fullest potential. So next we have Sammy Guevara, who comes out, and before he can even say a word, Chris Jericho gets off from commentary and he's standing across from Sammy, and the crowd is chanting, "Hug it out." And I'm just like, guys, wrong storyline. So now Sammy is saying, you know what, you've been pissing me off. I want to hit you. I can't stand looking at you. You're annoying. And Chris Jericho agrees about the same thing with Sammy. And he's like, bro, look, this is what brothers do. We fight. But for us to get this whole animosity thing behind us, we should have a match at Grand Slam and just get this all over with. And then we'll continue our quest to the tag team gold. And I'm just looking like, who cares about this? Even the crowd was actually pretty dead during this segment. I'm just wondering, like, what about this really feels organic? I just feel like it doesn't, with them having a really great match against Aussie Open the other day, and Chris ended up pushing Sammy. That whole thing didn't really seem like anything to be fighting about anyway. So it almost kind of feel like y'all getting into a hissy fit for no freaking reason, and you want people to believe that there's an actual issue between you two. Bitch, there is no issues between you two. I've seen some beefs. You guys don't have anything going on. If anything, I can understand that they might have a little bit of issues, but nothing enough to actually have a two match between these two guys. I don't even really see them truly moving past them having that match at Grand Slam and going on for the tag team gold. If anything, I would just cut that whole storyline and just let them be a tag team. They work really, really well together. With this segment, I really didn't care. So next we have the ladies in trios action. We have Sky Blue, Britt Baker, and Hikaru Shida versus Taya Valkyrie, The Bunny, and Anna Jay. Not bad. It was decent. Taya's team, I actually really like the three of them together. I think they fit each other. They even had Penelope Ford ringside. And I'm wondering, is she injured? Because I have not actually seen her in the ring. I actually cannot tell you when. I don't think I've seen her in the ring at all this year, and probably most of last year, but she's ringside with them, and they all actually look like a real team, just like how you see with the outcasts with the matching outfits and stuff like that. So they kind of do complement each other that way. And speaking of fake little beeps or whatever, I feel like AEW is trying to make it seem like there's issues between Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker, and it doesn't come off real to me. So it's like fake acting, and these girls are not really doing a good job at it. Either way, they start off with having Sky Blue in the match, and they keep her in there for damn near half the match before she can actually tag Hikaru Shida to come in the match. And that's when things kind of change up for their team. Now, it's obvious who's going to end up taking this one, and really, I am very annoyed by this. The predictability makes these shows kind of hard to watch. The only thing that really keeps you watching is the wrestlers actually giving a really good match despite you knowing who's going to take the win. So I did feel like it was decent, but damn, I would really like to see them kind of surprise us with something different. Now, Britt ends up taking the win for her team with the lockjaw, which is no surprise. And Hikaru Shida seems really upset about this. I guess she's upset that she didn't get the pin or whatever. And she just pounced like a little 3-year-old to the back. And I'm just like, what is this? This doesn't even seem like a real issue. Just like how we have with Sammy and Chris, this doesn't even seem real at all. Either way, next week we're getting a fatal 4-way match. The winner will go against Saraya. So we have Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Toni Storm. Winner faces Saraya. I'm bored. So up next, we have a video where we see Hook sitting at the nasty New York train station that I do not miss for 1 second. And they're showing his win at Wembley Stadium. And then Hook comes on and says, the FTW is back where it belongs in New York. That's great and all, but what we're going to do with Hook moving forward, honestly, I don't know. And I said this before in my prediction video that as far as the FTW title, with Hook actually winning that match, it was either that they would like not bring up the FTW thing anymore, or they actually make this official AEW title and make an actual division out of this. I really hope that they would have did something like that where we can have some more hardcore matches in terms of having this FTW title being official in AEW. And I don't know if that's something that they're actually going to do, but if they don't do that, that's definitely a missed opportunity. So up next, we have tag team action, Young Bucks versus Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. Now, we do have Jake Hager, who is ringside. Now, the match is decent and nothing to be all wowed about, but I'll say this. For one, I can appreciate that Kenny Omega is not being dragged around with the Young Bucks right now in trios action. And then two, we have Matt Menard and Angelo Parker who are doing more tag team matches. So we get to see a little bit of a buildup of another team in this division. And that's what we need, more tag teams, more trios and things like that. Because it kind of seemed a little like there isn't any. Either way, we do have the Young Bucks taking the win, despite having Jake Hager interfering in this match a few times. And then the crowd is asking Jake a very important question during this match. Where's your hat? And honestly, I like the hat. And since he gave it back to Chris Jericho, I don't think we'll ever see that again. So next we get a video promo from Santana. He is definitely confirming that from here on out, he is going to be alone in this journey. He don't want no friends, no nothing with anybody. He's serious about making money in AEW and taking some W's, and that I can get behind. All right, y'all. So on to the main event. We have another match on this tournament. This time it is Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy. Holy crap. Jeff didn't stand a chance from the second he came out. I feel like, surprisingly, Joe dominated this whole thing. Jeff, he did a little something, but nothing to really make you feel like he's actually going to take the win at the end of the match. I like the way that they're going with Samoa Joe. He's definitely a freaking beast in the ring. I love him on the mic as well. But I was not expecting that he was going to completely dominate this match. I thought we was going to see, well, I don't want to say half and half, but damn, like a good 40-60 between these two. But it really shows here how hungry Samoa Joe is moving forward for the Triple B. Now, personally, I do not believe that he's going to end up beating MJF for the Triple B. I do feel like once it comes to that match, it's going to be more of MJF using his brain to outsmart Samoa Joe to end up retaining his title. But what I'm noticing here is that in terms of ROH as well, once this whole thing is over with MJF, Samoa Joe looks like someone who could literally take the title right off of Claudio Castagnoli. So I'm hoping that that's the route that they go to with having a feud between Claudio and Samoa Joe. Because like I said in my review the other day, there's literally no one next in line in ROH for the world title with Claudio. So Claudio is pretty much bored having matches with people who don't even really lace a boots next to him in the ring. So it's like, damn, if we do get Samoa Joe losing that match with MJF, I do think he'll be the perfect fit for the next feud. With Claudio Castagnoli. Maybe he could be a double champion with the TV title as well, or maybe he'll lose a TV title prior to going into a feud with Claudio. I would love to see that. But back to the match, we do have Jeff Hardy taking the L with a coquina clutch. I knew this was going to happen anyway. Samoa Joe looks really great going into this tournament. I did have my eyes set out on Roderick taking the win for this whole thing, but it seems like it's going to be Samoa Joe. Either way, it was a great match. Sorry that you had to be damn near embarrassed on TV, Jeff Hardy, but you did your best. But I do feel like right now, the way that they're going with Samoa Joe is the best way to go. This episode wasn't so bad. I appreciate the fact that we didn't get no squash matches, so that's a good thing because that's something I feel like is almost always unnecessary with pro wrestling. Either way, I like the way that they're moving on with Rampage. It's been a few, entertaining episodes these past few weeks, and I hope they continue on with that. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. Tomorrow we got Collision, and it seems like with tomorrow episode, there's going to be people that we've never even seen on Collision that's going to be on this episode, and it's definitely alarming because it's like, oh, so CM Punk is not there. So now everybody's over here going over there where the show is better. Yeah, pretty interesting. But I'll be back with a review on that tomorrow. Bye.